the curtain lights go out from home. Here we go. Alrighty. Pay-per-view day. This is a good one, in my subjectively correct opinion. So, fun times. Yeah, I'm ready for this. I hope everyone else is ready for this, because this has actually been a decent show when it comes to the card. This is one of the few shows where I'll actually show everyone the card, because it's the pay-per-view. I'm not really hiding anything secret. So yeah, I will be showing momentarily. I'm just trying to post to everything and everyone that I tend to post to when I'm doing things like this. So yeah. One moment. And I will get there momentarily. Because this should be a good show. There's some good stuff coming. I'm very excited about it, and there should be some shocking moments, I think, if done right. So yeah, should be a grand old time. So yeah, I hope everyone's ready. So let's go through the card. So we got match 1, Rey Mysterio vs. Ilya Dragunov, Extreme Rules for the ECW Cruiserweight Championship. You got Wade King versus Liam Rogers. You got Drew McIntyre versus Jacob Fatu in a tables match for the Hardcore Championship. Ruby Soho will take on Roxanne Perez in a steel cage to keep out the other members of each faction. You got Ethan King versus Jai Phillips. You got the Fatal 4-Way Elimination match for the Television Championship. And the main event, Johnny Gargano versus Adam Cole, 2 out of 3 falls for the ECW Championship. Should be a fun time. So, without further ado, let's get started. Hello, ladies and gentlemen! Welcome to ECW Crown Jewel. We are coming to you live from London, England, inside the O2 Arena. 25,000 people and counting. As we start off with one of the biggest stories unraveling in the last few months, all stemming from that man right there. WWE Hall of Famer, Rey Mysterio. After the last few amount of weeks, ECW was forced to grant Rey Mysterio a shot at the Cruiserweight Championship, and Ilya Dragunov agreed with this, saying that he wants to meet inside the ring to finally put all of this to bed. So it's very confident to say that the tag team of Mysterio and Dragunov is absolutely impossible at rekindling. So they now fight for the Cruiserweight Championship here in London, England. Rey Mysterio, quite literally a completely different person, modeling more of his son Dominic in the way he presents himself, in the heel antics he's been doing the last few weeks. He said first and foremost that Ilya cared more about the Cruiserweight Champion than he did about the tag team, and that's why they couldn't capture the tag team championships once again. Well, let's see if Rey can rip the thing that he believes drove them apart. Everyone completely against him, first time in his career. But there is only one man who they'll cheer for in this match, and that is the Cruiserweight Champion, the Mad Dragon himself. Ilya Dragunov has arrived. The man that has put the entire Cruiserweight division on notice. Has put instant classics on the map against people like Finn Balor, Adam Cole, Johnny Gargano, Tommaso Ciampa. Especially those with Dragon Lee as of late, before getting interrupted by previously mentioned Rey Mysterio. But now, Extreme Rules, nothing stands in these two ways for them just beating the absolute piss out of one another. The one man who has made the Cruiserweight Championship so prestigious, so credible inside of ECW, now here in England to try to show them that he still has it. Of course, the smile that goes across his face. Let's kick Crown Jewel off with a bang. There it is. That's what it's all about. The Cruiserweight Championship. As we now go down to the ring for the announcements.
Introducing the challenger from San Diego, California, weighing in at 175 pounds, Rey Mysterio. And his opponent from Moscow, Russia, weighing in at 187 pounds, the ECW Cruiserweight Champion, Ilya Dragunov.
The title getting passed to our official here. Here we go. This is what it's all about. These two former team members now finally having their match. No more attacks from behind. Now, as the bell sets off, we start Crown Jewel off. Cruiserweight Championship on the line. And we are officially underway. Rey Mysterio immediately trying to start something. But remember, Ilya Dragunov the technical prowess of him, but Ray stopping him in his tracks, not letting him try to find any momentum, and immediately off into the corner. Drop kick will send Ilya down, and the boos will echo around the O2 arena. But a diving clothesline gets everyone back in gear. And now Hurricane Rana, armbar from Rey Mysterio, trying to get Ilya to tap, but he rolls through. Submission attempt not available here. Getting thrown into the corner, and now Ilya with some strikes in the corner. And now hooking around that leg, and now leg trying to be bent, stopping Ray from doing his luchador movements. Smart idea from the champion. And now drilling him straight into the canvas. All he needs is one torpedo strike, one H-bomb. That's all that's necessary for Ilya to get the match. And look at that, almost in powerbomb position. Rey Mysterio trying to pin, but now being reversed on by Ilya. And not enough for even a 1 count. Slaps there from the champion. Roll through by Rey Mysterio. Now some kicks and a DDT. And now again in that corner. Drop kick again connecting. Now going outside, grabbing some weaponry. It's the very thing that Ray's been doing since he turned heel on Dragunov, using nothing but weaponry against him. And now again being thrown up like it's nothing and sending Ilya down all the same. Now a kick straight to the leg, and now Dragunov throwing him into the ropes, and now throwing him over. Kick right there. Ilya Dragunov just trying to wear down Rey Mysterio, using the old style of strikes, the same kind of strikes and brutality that saw him beat Gunther for the United Kingdom Championship back in his time in NXT, and also saw that heavy hitting strength that Ilya possesses. It's the same strength that he was able to defeat Sami Zayn for his first United States Championship win in WWE. But Rey Mysterio, his decades of experience, definitely on display here tonight. Grabs the trash can, but possibly thinking something else. We're waiting for Ilya to get back to his feet, but he will get back inside the ring, waiting for Ray there with the kick straight to the calves. Now into the ropes goes Ilya, and being thrown around by Ray. Ray may be smaller, but he still is packing some power. And now Ilya was trying to get away from that trash can being used, but now gets met with a drop kick to the side of the skull. And again, the trash can being thrown. Now going for a cover to try to pick up the championship quite early on, getting the 2 counts and a kick out at 2 from Ilya. Now over the top rope, and now springboard cross body. And the boos echoing around the O2. Jesus Christ. And now Dragunov back to his feet, and now try to go for an invert. But now look at this. Ilya getting a pin in very strategically, but only a kick out at 1. Both men now back to their feet, and look at Ilya. Power bomb position, and there is one straight there. Ilya Dragunov, what's he thinking? H-bomb! Cover to retain the title! But a kick out at 2. Kick out at 2. H-bomb directly to the mask of Rey Mysterio, and it was not enough to put him away. And now the trash can on the other foot. Ilya showing that his will is unbreakable. Now picking up the trash can once again, trying to throw it, but Ray countering, getting out of harm's way. Now pulling Ilya to the corner. What's he thinking here? Up to the top. What is Rey Mysterio thinking? Look at this. Avalanche Bulldog from the top! Cover to win the title! But What a kick out at 2 from the Mad Dragon. And now Ray, definitely more annoyed than he was earlier. Now Ray, top rope. 5-star frog splash. Cover on Ilya. And a kick out from the champion. Ray is pissed off. And now springboard, but Ilya was able to get out of harm's way, trying to capitalize on this newfound momentum thrown into the ropes. Into the official, and now Dragunov and a Thunder Bomb. Cover on Mysterio. But a kick out at 1. Now Dragunov has that fire in his eye. Try to go for a chop there, but Ray countering, getting some more chip damage. Aaron now a Hurricane Runner in the middle of the ring, connecting. Now what happens here? Multiple kicks and multiple. There's a nice slide power bomb right there. Cover on Ilya. And just like that, Rey Mysterio just slain the dragon. The new aggression found in Rey Mysterio just pushed him to destroy the dragon and take his key prize. This new version of Rey Mysterio, I think, just shocked all of England. Taking out Ilya Dragunov and taking his title as his prize. This is where we all thought it was going to be done. The H-bomb directly to the skull of Mysterio. That would have been it. It has been it for so many people, but the kick out at 2. Rey Mysterio almost getting close right there as well. The frog splash there as well. Everyone thought that that would be the moment. That could have been it. But Ilya had that one little part of energy left in him, and that seemed to have been it. As we now have a deal with champion. Rey Mysterio now king of the cruiserweights. And there's nothing we can do about it. Congratulations, Rey Mysterio. As we now move on. What a hot start to Crown Jewel already, and now we move on to one of our 2 grudge matches of the night. After the absolute chaos last month, we now get met with one half the tag team champions Two people that had a hand in destroying the world title scene align themselves with General Manager CM Punk.
Is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring, representing the United Kingdom from Jackson, Mississippi, weighing in at 268 pounds, one half of the ECW Tag Team Champions, Wade King.
Wade King, just the United Kingdom itself, has been absolutely trying to destroy the lives of Liam Rogers and Jai Phillips. But of course, the United Kingdom went too far a couple weeks ago, quite literally hospitalizing Jackson Rogers. And of course, you never mess with a man's son. Liam Rogers has made it his mission to destroy the United Kingdom one cell at a time. And it starts here. This match has been sanctioned by Paul Heyman. Wade King one-on-one with Liam Rogers. To the point where these two men have had to be protected by security to make sure they don't fight beforehand. So the monster known as Wade King getting ready to face his former mentor. And when I meant that he was being protected by security, I was not joking, as the real deal heel being escorted by police. The gold and blue.
And his opponent from Sydney, Australia, weighing in at 235 pounds, Liam Rogers.
That right there, that is the same attire he had worn in WWE when he became the King of the Ring, giving his acknowledgement to the people here in England of their royal family, their royal lineage. What about that? Liam Rogers always dressing up for the pay-per-views, and this is no different as the fans in the O2 loud and proud for their real deal heel as this blood match kicks off. Wade King, Liam Rogers. Match now officially underway. First time these two are ever going one-on-one, and the power of Wade King off to a solid start. Now going for the cover very early on. A kick out. Only a kick out at one. The student versing the teacher. Liam Rogers off to a hot start, throwing into the ropes. Now up in the knee in the back of the skull with the kick. And now getting him up in the knee strike. And as we see on Liam Rogers' weight belt, the strikes, the stripes, the etches in that weight belt have returned. They were absent for some time, but now they are back, and now Wade King almost got met with a clothesline of his own. Wade King doing whatever he can to exit the shadow that he believes rests upon him from being aligned with Liam Rogers. That's why he sold out and bought in with Mr. Phil Brooks, CM Punk. Now the kendo stick matches. Rogers stopping him from using it. And now using the ropes to throw him across the outside area. Straight stomp there on the elbow. Now being thrown back inside the ring, and now Liam will go some shopping of his own to find some weaponry, and he has gotten the tables. Little honor for the Dudley boys, and now look at that! Try to go for the double axe handle, but Liam Rogers running into the ropes. Running into the ring just in the nick of time. Now trying to wear down Wade King. Chip damage is key here. Wade is one of the strongest members of the ECW roster. And wearing him down piece by piece will be a strategy for any person. We've seen it from current hardcore champion Jacob Bartu. It's what helped him win the title in the first place. And now that same strategy being shown by Rogers. Wade pretty much just stalking him inside the ring. He'll go outside and try to run him down. And now gets met with a chair shot. Now again, the weaponry, of course, completely legal. But Wade King pushing him off. And now a senton. And that senton so strong it broke the barricade to the audience. And now blocking the kick. But now the black mass that sends him completely out. A little nudge there to Aleister Black, someone that Liam Rogers is good friends with, especially their time in NXT. And now, what is Liam looking at? Looking for it, and he gets that Canadian Destroyer DDT, busting Wade King open, but a kick at it too. And now, gearing up for the real deal. Heel connects. Cover on Wade, but a kick out at 2. Not enough to put Wade away. Now the fans getting in amongst it. Wade King leaving the ring and now picking up that massive ladder that connects the announce table to the ring apron. But look at that! Liam Rogers waiting no time, throwing the kendo stick at Wade, stopping him from setting up the ladder. Again, like I said at the start of this match, during the entrances, you mess with the father's son, you get the wrath of the father, and that is what's full effect here. We still have no reports on how Jackson's doing. He needed neck fusion surgery after what the Kings did to him. And now, Liam Rogers knee strike combo. And now, if it ain't broke, don't fix it. One more. Biting now into the crowd. Aussie combo. The fans in the O2 getting a close-up look at these two just beating the hell out of each other. Wade now just trying to beat the will out of Liam Rogers as he chucks him across back in the outside area. Now what does Wade do now? He needs an exclamation point on this match. He needs a move, a moment, a whatever to make sure Rogers can't get up. Kendo stick now back in play, but Liam catching it. The same kendo stick that he threw at the face of Wade King only moments ago. And now back of the skull, connecting with the wood, and now over and over again, breaking across the body of Wade King and mounting him, just beating the hell with stiff rights over and over at the bleeding skull of Wade King. And now the table been set up. But Wade King able to get out of the corner. And then the low blow. Completely legal in this matchup. Cover off the low blow. But a kick out from Rogers. Elbow strike from King. And now again going shopping for some weaponry. Trash can. We saw that being used in the Cruiserweight title match. Rogers waiting for him. Sends him over to the apron. Rogers just trying to think of something. Wade King getting back inside the ring. Trying to go for a discus close. But no, look at the power of Wade King. And he gets thrown across the mattress. And now, look at that. The dirty pin. The feet on the ropes, but Roger was still able to get it, and look at this, has him up, burning ham on Rogers, cover, but a kick out at 2 from the burning hammer, and now walking up, planting him straight down. That is it. Throwing the trash can around him, and he's gearing up for more punishment. Well, however, Rogers catches him. Forearm now. Rogers may have a lifeline thrown into the ropes. Try to go for something there, but Wade King able to crack him away. But again, into the ropes, over onto the apron by Rogers. But Rogers sets the table ablaze. The fans chanting, "This is awesome," and I can't help but agree. The boots to the face, the bleeding skull of Wade King as the blood continues to drip down. And now the steel chair. Jesus Christ, Rogers. This has turned. When I said this was a blood match, I damn meant it. The knees to the skull of Wade King. As the fire continues to rumble inside the ring. Rogers just stalking Wade King, trying to find his right moment. But Wade will again go shopping for some weaponry. Another kendo stick thrown into the eyes of Liam Rogers. Try to go for a bulldoze, but Liam caught him. And now, stiff right. As you see right there on the outside area, Wade King's blood starting to make a Picasso painting. Thrown across the outside. What a match this has turned into. Thrown directly into the steel steps. And now top rope goes Rogers. What's he planning on doing? Rogers, and a drop kick! Missile drop kick! To the outside. Grabbing that kendo stick. He ain't done. Wade, though, getting back to his feet, stopping him from using the kendo stick once more. And now power slam. These two, I think, have forgotten that this is an actual matchup. No longer going for pins or submissions. They just simply want to beat the ever-living shit out of one another. Again, into the steel steps goes Wade King. The non-stop brutality of these two. Fire going out as the table can't support itself on his own hinges. But Liam saying he wants to use it, sets it back up. Now into the corner. And again we'll set it back ablaze. And a super kick from Wade King. But Wade King is not enough to put him down. Into the corner. Reversal. Now putting Wade into the corner. High knee. Now look at this. Trying to choke him out. And will answer as well with the double knee strike to the throat. Little homage there to Eddie Guerrero. Now covered Wade King. Is this over? And it is. What a bloodbath by these two. What happens after this? You can only imagine that CM Punk watches this all unfold, and he must be worried, because once Liam Rogers is done with both the Kings, we all know who he's going to have his sights set on. This was just step one in his plan. But what a match we had here. Right here, the real deal heel. Right there, busting Wade even more open. And it was an absolute bloodbath. Wade King almost had it here as well. With a scoop up slam. His neck hitting that steel. But it was right here. Too much blood left his head. And Rogers walks away winner. Congratulations, Liam Rogers, in his first step of revenge, as we now move on to our next match. Here we go, title match time!
The following contest is a tables match and is for the ECW Hardcore Championship.
There it is. This match was issued by Paul Heyman after what happened a number of weeks ago on ECW television, as this man right here, being the first man to pin Jacob Fatu clean, earned this match for the title. Drew McIntyre, the Scottish psychopath, once again in the heart of fans. Once again, trying to find his way to a title. We've been saying that all year. He was struggling to find momentum, but the best momentum he could have gotten, he got, pinning Jacob Fatu and earning a hardcore championship match. And not just any type of match. An old-fashioned tables match. Finally on the side of the fans once again. Let's see if McIntyre can do the unthinkable and finally dethrone the Samoan werewolf. Because this man is the man that everyone's been chasing. From Wade King to Obafemi to MJF to everyone in between. No one's been able to top him. Jacob Fatu. All gas, no brakes. All a fala around his neck as the hardcore championship remains around his waist. Has been quite unstoppable since beating Wade King at Backlash for the belt. But you have to imagine Jacob Fatu, as we saw in the last few weeks, has been absolutely outraged. And the fact that Drew McIntyre beat him. So now he has a chance to correct that wrong, restore order to his bloodline with himself at the top, donning the same gear that he matched with the Roman Reigns and The Rock when he teamed with them against the United Kingdom. This is going to be something. And that is what it's all about as the fans chant for Drew McIntyre as we go down to the ring for the calls.
Introducing the challenger from Ayr, Scotland, weighing in at 254 pounds, the Scottish Warrior, Drew McIntyre. And his opponent from Sacramento, California, weighing in at 285 pounds, the ECW Hardcore Champion,
Jacob Fatu handing off the championship. This could be the moment Drew McIntyre has been dying for. There it is, held up in all its glory. The steel scrap metal strap of the title now on the line. Jacob Fatu, Drew McIntyre officially underway. Standard tables rules apply. All you gotta do to win, put your opponent through a table and make sure it damn well breaks. Fatu immediately trying to use the Samoan heritage of headbutting to a solid start. Fatu gaining some distance, and now obviously Fatu always fights with aggression, but I think there'll be a little bit more in this match, considering what I've previously stated, McIntyre getting a win over him. McIntyre now on the ropes. Fatu taking control. But now Drew McIntyre getting his own moment of aggression here, but Fatu able to counter, throwing him into the far corner. And again, reversal from McIntyre. McIntyre has been wrestling a lot longer than Jacob Fatu, has held more world titles than Jacob Fatu, has wrestled in more promotions than Jacob Fatu, but Fatu says that I get to call myself champion and you don't. Now, stiff rights from the Scottish psychopath. And now into the ropes now, drop down from McIntyre. Try to go for an overthrow, but Fatu was able to catch him. And now both men hitting themselves back and forth. Already trying to wear each other out. These are two heavy hitters. And McIntyre telling him to bring it. Fatu and end with another strike. McIntyre just wanting more. Constantly back and forth between these two. And now both of them stiff rights to one another, trying to fight, trying to wear the other one down. Moment between the two, trying to go for a Glasgow kiss, but Fatu was able to counter it into a Falcon Arrow. Fatu now trying to find the best way to come around this, goes to the top rope. And a Samoan-style splash. And this will give him enough time to grab the table, bring it in, and possibly set it up. No, deciding to set it up just a little bit closer to the ring. What does Fatu have planned? A springboard clothesline, that's what. Bringing down the table. And now putting it into the ring, realizing he had a different plan in play. Now hoisting McIntyre up. McIntyre, though, able to counter, getting his own moment, trying to go for a Glasgow kiss, but just a little bit too far away. Samoan drop onto the unopened table. If that table was open, that would have been game over for McIntyre, catching a super kick attempt. And now countering it into a power bomb, well executed by McIntyre. Kip up from Fatu, stopping him from trying to set up the table. Into the ropes now, drop down. And now another Samoan drop. Now using the headbutt of his own, the kip up from McIntyre, not letting anything happen. Able to step away from the super kick attempt. Into the ropes now, trying to go for a claymore kick, but Fatu stopping him in his tracks. And now a little bit of a taunt there to McIntyre's long-term friend, Sheamus. Clothesline sends McIntyre, but again a McIntyre kip up. Snake eyes directly to Samoan Werewolf. Thinking he had something there, but realizing Fatu was on the apron himself. Now back inside the ring, McIntyre needs to try to find an opening power slam. Connects. And now hoisting him up, a Fatu tripping up McIntyre. Pacing around the apron. And a stiff right from McIntyre on the apron. Trying to go for a drop kick to the side of the skull, but Fatu was able to catch him. Reversal from James McIntyre. Now McIntyre trying to build for something here. Try to go for a possible German suplex. Both men just countering each other's offense right now. McIntyre with a Claymore kick. Claymore kick from McIntyre. And now it definitely has shifted. Neck breaker on the outside pavement. And now look at this. Spike pile driver from Fatu. And now the elevated DDT. These men are simply just trying to beat each other up. And to be honest, they are doing a damn good job at it. Some strikes there from the champion. We have another table set up right there for them to use. Reversal from McIntyre, trying to get a moment to breathe. I think he just noticed what I just said. The table right there set up already for them. Reversal from McIntyre, trying to keep him away from the table. Impossible risk of going through it himself. Top rope, McIntyre calling for Fatu to get onto his feet. What is he thinking here? And he gets it right in the midsection from Fatu. The high risk, high reward has come up short, but not letting it affect him. Trying to possibly use the announce table. That does count, I believe. I could be mistaken. They don't pay me enough to know. Again, Fatu just trying to outmaneuver McIntyre. It's hard to do, but look at that. Standing back onto his feet. And now answering with that elevated DDT. The fans chanting loud and proud here in England. Back into the ring go both men. And again, just trying to find an angle to possibly weaken the other. And now being thrown over by McIntyre. Picking up the table. And now setting it up. First table set up inside the ring. This could be over before we know it. All it takes is one move for another person to win this match. Look at this. Drew now drops straight to the chest of Fatu. And now trying to put Fatu in a position. Glasgow Kiss. And now setting up the table once again near the ropes this time. Fatu out cold, and he's looking to continue it. Countdown and a Claymore kick, but no. Fatu able to sidestep out of the way. And now over the top rope. That Claymore kick would have put Fatu through that table. But no, straight to the post of the ring. And now Fatu itching to retain his hardcore championship. This has been a heavy-hitting match. To quote Sheamus, it's been banger after banger after banger. Now Fatu trying to Irish rip Drew McIntyre into the table, but McIntyre is able to find it. Will McIntyre get his roses? Here, and he does it! McIntyre quick! Fatu has been dethroned! The Scottish psychopath holds ECW gold! Fatu, no longer your hardcore champion! I'm at a loss for words! Fatu had Drew McIntyre's number, dodging Claymore kicks, reversing offense, and constantly adding his own. But what he didn't account for was Drew McIntyre outsmarting Fatu when the moment came for it, reversing the Irish whip and power bombing Fatu. Congratulations, Drew McIntyre, your new hardcore champion. The smile on his face says it all. Hold it up loud and proud. And of course, this show wouldn't be complete without women's competition. Now this match has a little bit of explaining to do. We know the faction warfare that's been going on between Ruby Soho and the Riot Squad against Roxanne Perez and Demolition. These two teams have been at it for a number of weeks now, ever since interrupting Roxanne and Demolition last month. But now Roxanne Perez wanted to prove that she was on top of the entire division, so she allowed Ruby Soho for this match. But under one condition, Ruby Soho exclaimed, "Steel cage match," so that no member of either faction can get involved. No Sarah Logan or Liv Morgan, no Maya Rogers or Cora Jade. And Roxanne Perez accepted those conditions. The women's champion, beating every challenger, Stephanie Vaquer, Lyra Valkyria. And of course, the woman that she cashed in to start this whole title obsession, Rhea Ripley. Of course, Cora Jade, the last episode, won the Women's Money in the Bank contract off of Jade Cargill, solidifying it once again to the faction. Solidifying that no woman can cash in on Roxanne Perez, solidifying herself at the top of the mountain. But now that mountain is locked in 4 ways, and only one woman can climb out. Here we go, let's go down to the calls.
Introducing the challenger from Lafayette, Indiana, Ruby Soho. And her opponent, from Laredo, Texas, the ECW Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez.
Title being held off. Both women ready. Now the cage will start to lower. The steel around the ring. We are officially underway, and immediately Roxanne and Ruby going at it. Of course, steel cage rules apply. The only way to win: pinfall, submission, or exiting the cage. There's two ways to exit the cage at this point in time. It's either to climb and go over it, or get our official to the left to open the door and simply walk out. Now Roxanne trying to take it to Ruby Soho. Of course, Ruby Soho bringing back the Riot Squad, trying to stop Roxanne Perez's grip on the women's division, as she would put it. But it seems that Roxanne Perez is doing pretty good to start. Drop down, and a drop kick will send Ruby Soho down. And now trying to call for the ref to open the cage door. Drop kick attempt. And that is the rule when opening the door, is that you have to continuously make eye contact with the referee in order for him to continue to open the door. You can only hold it for a certain amount of time. Ruby Soho knows that. She's been in her fair share of cage matches in her day. And now going for the cover, Roxanne Perez. But a kick out at one. And now look at this. Right there, well executed. Trying to go for multiple covers, just trying to wear down Ruby Soho's defense. She can tell, getting a bit frustrated. Roxanne Perez trying to put it away for good. Look at this. Pop! Rocks! Right there! Onto Ruby Soho! Getting the 2 count. Kick out from Ruby Soho. Not nearly ready to try to put this to bed, but Roxanne Perez not stopping her offense. Ruby Soho now trying to show that she can still riot. Kick out at one. Try to go for a big boot, but Roxanne able to counter, and now some stiff rights of her own. Of course, one of the only reasons the steel cage is here to begin with, to lock out the members of Demolition and Riot Squad. So it's just the two of them trying to go for a clothesline reversal from Perez, and now neck breaker. And now we'll begin to ascend up the steel. Roxanne trying to climb up. She's now sitting on the top of the cage. Trying to stop her, but look at this. Ruby Soho stopping her before she can start the climb. But the multiple kicks from Roxanne, and now just holding on to the leg, pulling her back inside the cage. Back onto the ropes. Ruby Soho trying to go face first. Goes Roxanne into the steel. And now try to go for a bit of a coffin drop there. Little nudge to her former employer in AEW and Darby Allin, who's also in competition here in our semi-main event. Now into the corner goes the Prodigy. Quickly that shoulder able to get her outside. And now throw in Ruby Soho around like it's nothing. Now setting her up, going off the ropes, and double axe handle the back of the skull. And again now looking to No, I thought she was going to try to scale the cage, but try to go for an elbow drop from the top. Little Shawn Michaels there, but nothing came of it. Being whipped back by Soho. And now Soho targeting the knee and a kick straight to the face. Into the corner goes the Prodigy. And now a slap and then some. Off the ropes. And a little chick kick there and try to go off the other ropes for another one. Third time's the charm right there. Going for the cover off the triple chick kicks. A kick out from the champion. Now Ruby Soho trying to put it away for good. Look at this, a little homage to Bray Wyatt. Sister Abigail, Blade Runner, cover. But a kick out from the champion. Not enough to put her away. And try to go for another coffin drop. Roxanne Perez might have her number once again. And the question is, will she dial? Stiff rights once again. Hoisting Soho up, but a strike from the midsection gets some distance between them. And now the Bayley kick. Ruby Soho on fire right now. Now some strikes to the midsection, whipping of the hair. Going for the cover, center of the ring. But a kick out at 2 from Roxanne. Now straight there onto the arm. She's so conflicted. Does she try to escape the cage? Does she try to win via pinfall? And now Roxanne Perez will try to capitalize, going for a pin of her own. But a kick out at 1. And now look at this. Trying to go for a crossface. Crossface locked in by Roxanne Perez. Will Ruby tap in the middle of this ring? But no. Deciding to let it go. Thinking of another plan possibly. And she does. Another twist right there from Perez. Double axe handle. And now we'll again look at the referee to try to open the door. The door is open. Looks back and forth between her. Realizes she's not done. That could very much be her undoing that one simple choice to not escape the cage and to just simply try to beat Soho up. Clothesline after that phenomenal kick. And now we'll try to scale the cage once more. Ruby Soho seems to be down and out in the center of the ring. She's gotten to the top. That's as far as she's gotten in this match. Starting to scale down the cage. And Ruby Soho, all she can do is watch from the other side as Roxanne Perez retains the Women's Championship. Escaping the cage and continuing her reign as champion of the women's division. There it is, Pop Rocks. The move that has beaten so many people in her time in NXT. And Soho thought she had it. She had the momentum. She had the chance to win. Right here with the triple chick kicks. None of them being countered by Roxanne. She had it right there. 3 shots clear to the skull. And right here as well, the Blade Runner, Sister Abigail, homage to Bray Wyatt. But it just wasn't enough. Right there, the Inzaguri as well. She thought she had it down. But it just wasn't enough. Roxanne, too many strikes. Right there, the kick to the skull gave her enough chance to escape the cage.
Here is your winner, and still ECW Women's Champion, Roxanne Perez.
Congratulations to Perez on retaining the title as we now move on. Here we go, the other grudge match of the night. We saw one king fight. Now time for the second.
The following contest is an Extreme Rules match. Making his way to the ring, representing the United Kingdom from Jackson, Mississippi, weighing in at 215 pounds. One half of the ECW Tag Team Champions, Ethan King.
Ethan King, title around. The one man who seems to be the orchestrator of the United Kingdom. The other man who bought into CM Punk's promise, or whatever the hell it is, we don't yet know. But if it wasn't for him and Wade, Jai Phillips would still be world champion. And Jai has an axe to grind. And he is going to come out swinging against Ethan King. The people's chosen one, Mr. Pay-Per-View. He is here.
Weighing in at 255 pounds, the chosen one, Jai Phillips.
Jai Phillips. Right there. Ready to do what he can. Like I said, if he hadn't gotten involved, if the Kings just stayed where they were, he would still be holding gold and he would be the longest reigning ECW champion. But unfortunately not. But again, like I said, he has an axe to grind with the King, starting with Ethan. He's ready to do whatever it takes to get his payback and trying to fast track him back to the world title. Of course, the movement from the fans. Jai got screwed, and now he's looking to screw up Ethan King tonight. We already saw how the other match went with the other King earlier tonight. Could we be expecting the same bloodbath, or will this be more of a technical match? We will see soon enough. Here we go. Ethan King, Jai Phillips. Match now officially underway. Trying to go for a super kick right off the gate. Immediately, Jai Phillips being caught. But look at that! Immediately trying to go for a kick. Trying to go for a pin there, but Ethan King countering it. Both men being separated by one another. Chops now. Strikes from Ethan King and planting him pretty much on his neck. The amount of punishment that Ethan and Wade King put Jai through in just a small amount of time. He had already gone through a match against AJ Styles to retain the title. And so much happened. But he's got to focus on now. So right now, Ethan King in control of this matchup. Throwing Jai into the ropes. And a drop kick will send him down. Kip up though from Phillips. Try to go for that knee strike. Will get met with a flying Ethan King in return. Kick straight to the side of the skull of Ethan King. Constant strikes there. And a nice strike there. That moonsault from the springboard. And now Ethan King back to his feet. Try to go for a cover on. Phillips now trying to go for a frog splash. Apologies for my mic, it turned off. But we're still in amongst it. Now the flying forearm from Phillips. Going for the cover. After all of that ordeal, could that be enough to get the victory? No, it wasn't. Kick out at 2. So close and yet so far. And now Phillips will again go shopping for some weaponry. And now some steel is what will meet him there. But now Ethan King trying to counter, getting him into the corner. And now the power slam straight there. Going to the top rope. What is he planning on doing here? Trying to call Jai to get onto his feet. And he gets the well executed. That used to be a finisher of Jai's once upon a time as he goes for the cover. Kick out at 2. Now Ethan King stalking him across the outside. We'll try to go back to it. But now look at this. Getting back inside the ring, but at what cost? Jai's right there waiting for him. Throws him into the corner, trying to go for his own. Try to use Ethan's own move against him. Full Metal Jacket, but came up short. And now against the ropes. Jai throwing him across the outside area. Sees a moment and is going to try to fly. And the boot straight there. Suicide dive, boots first. right on the button, right on the skull of Ethan King. Trash can now in play, but no, that's not what he's looking for. And now, Hurricane Rana by Ethan King. Thrown into the barricade. We still have 2 matches after this. Thrown straight back first. Now Ethan King will simply just go inside the ring and wait. But no, genuinely thought he was going to wait. He just wants to continue the punishment on the Chosen One. And now try to go for his own. Try to go for a Full Metal Jacket right there, but a clothesline will send him inside out instead. And now the knee strike. Jai has a moment to try to regain his thought process. You better use it wisely. Go on top rope. Try to go for a double axe handle, but came up short. Ethan will now capitalize. Power slam. Sit down power slam. Ethan now looking for some more weaponry. What does he grab? He's grabbing the table. We saw how effective that was in the hardcore title match. Now what is Jai looking at? The fake out stiff right. Now both men just countering each other's offense. Being thrown across the outside area. Now getting in some of that chip damage. And now reversal from Phillips. Trying to get a moment to breathe here. And now the big boot. Phillips now trying to put this back inside the ring, and that's exactly what he does. Both men now back inside the ring, trying to go for that flip senton, but came up short. But now Ethan may be in some issues here. Thrown right there, and a Superman punch. Dropped below. Spear! That's what won him against AJ Styles last month. Goes for the cover. And he wins again here. Ethan King falls to the Chosen One. One down, 2 to go before he goes for the title once again. How about that? Jai showing that he still has it, that he's not affected at the cash-in or the betrayal by the general manager, not in the slightest. Showing that he still has what it takes to be that top guy. And showing that he still is the Chosen One. The Chosen One for himself, the Chosen One for the fans, and the Chosen One to be the face of ECW. And it all begins here.
Here is your winner, the Chosen One,
Jai Phillips. Congratulations on a well-fought bout. As we now move on to our semi-main event. A match that will definitely try to steal the show. our semi-main event.
Is a fatal four-way Extreme Rules match and is for the ECW Television Championship.
And you heard that right, fatal four-way for the title. This is an interesting story. The number one contendership belonged to Darby Allin, but after his feud with this man, one of the hottest talents in ECW, Mr. Joseph De La Cruz, their rivalry from GFW coming through to ECW. So Paul Heyman granted him a chance in this match.
Los Angeles, California, weighing in at 180 pounds, Joseph Cruz.
But then something happened last show. Tommaso Ciampa put a fight of a lifetime to Cross, being forced to put his title on the line on TV as it should be. So Cross deciding to add Tommaso into this match, making it a fatal four-way elimination match. Joseph De La Cruz, Darby Allin, Tommaso Ciampa, and Karrion Kross. Now, if this isn't a match worthy of the television title, I don't know what is. But eyes will definitely be on De La Cruz and this man.
From Seattle, Washington, weighing in at 175 pounds, R.B.L.
The New Age Luchador versus the Ghost Skateboarding. GCW profited highly on this rivalry, a rivalry that went for over 2 years. Everyone thought it was done, but we saw it unfold when De La Cruz debuted here in ECW, Darby quickly following him in and reigniting the rivalry of a lifetime. But now both of these men have a chance to call themselves champion by the end of the night. Now this will be an interesting sight. Of course, elimination, fatal four-way rules apply. You must be the last man standing. You are eliminated via pinfall or submission. We were talking about the New Age Luchador. We're talking about the Ghost Dead Skateboarder. And now we have the Blackheart, Tommaso Ciampa, coming in to play.
Introducing the challenger, representing DIY from Milwaukee, Wisconsin, weighing in at 201 pounds, Tommaso Ciampa.
And with Tommaso's being included in this match means something else for our main event, the match following this match as well. Ciampa has his own match. He will not be in Gargano's corner in the main event. He will have his own match to worry about. Both members of DIY could very much walk away from this show singles champions. Ciampa bringing back the Blackheart mannerisms. Could he do it? He is the person that the least amount of people have picked to walk away from this match champion. Can he prove all of them wrong tonight? Ciampa seems ready. But here's the man that has been elevating the television championship after beating Jackson Rogers for it a number of months ago.
Representing the final testament from Sin City, weighing in at 265 pounds, the ECW Television Champion,
Karrion Kross, the ruler of the television division. Can he beat his toughest challenge yet? 3 men, 1 match. He needs to make sure each of his opponents get pinned or submitted in order to walk away with the title once again. He has his work cut out for him, but if anyone can do it, it is the man from Sin City. And that is what most important to each and every one of them, the Bloodstained Television Championship. Joseph De La Cruz, Darby Allin, Tommaso Ciampa, and Karrion Kross. Fatal 4-way elimination match for the television title starts right now. Ciampa wasting no time along with Darby Allin to try to take down others. Again, this match could go on for several minutes. Trying to wear down one person's easy, trying to wear down 2 other people along with the guy you're fighting is definitely a challenge. Ciampa taking it right now completely to De La Cruz, picking him up and slamming him back down like it's effortlessly. And Darby Allin trying to immediately go for a coffin drop but come up short, just a little bit too far away, but able to get that strength out, trying to get rid of the champion quite early. And look at that barbed wire baseball bat to De La Cruz right off the jump. Tommaso Ciampa. Crucifix pin from Darby Allin. Joseph De La Cruz trying to find an opening, but not finding anything so far. Ciampa, as we see, crossbody, and now that has gotten the attention. And now De La Cruz there, trying to take it to the champion, trying to get a purse pinfall down. But a kick out at 2, and now Ciampa will again get involved, throwing him to the apron. If they can get rid of Kross now, they're guaranteed a new champion. Darby Allin shopping for some weaponry, and look at that! Press by De La Cruz. And now this is the rivalry that everyone's been talking about. Hurricane Rana from De La Cruz as Ciampa getting in a stiff right. Karrion Kross trying to go over that, but a drop kick from the back of the skull from Darby Allin, now taking it to Karrion Kross, throwing him into the corner, reversal from Kross to get back out of it. And now look at this, neck breaker from Tommaso Ciampa, going for the cover as Darby Allin, guitar in hand. The kick out at 2. Throwing it, and now a stop sign face first to Darby Allin from De La Cruz. The ladder coming back out. De La Cruz where he is most comfortable, the top rope. Trying to go for a double axe handle on Karrion Kross, but it was not enough. Darby Allin now being pinned by Karrion Kross, but a kick out at 2. And now a light shoe being broken across the back of De La Cruz. Darby Allin steps onto the midsection of Tommaso Ciampa, throwing De La Cruz onto the ladder. Coffin drop to Ciampa. Cover. But a kick out at 2. Now the stomps from Darby Allin, making sure that his number 1 contendership is not going to waste here in this matchup. Double knees. As Cross now trying to take it to De La Cruz on the outside. Comes back inside trying to get a pinfall or a submission down. But look at this, Ciampa now. Ciampa, fairy tale ending! Fairy tale ending! But Darby Allin wanting to be the person to pin Karrion Kross, not letting Ciampa do it. As Darby heading to the top rope, calling for Ciampa to get onto his feet. Try to go for something there, but it was not enough. And now we see, look at this, De La Cruz trying to go for a sleeper hold on the champion. Trying to make him tap. He's trying to secure himself a championship opportunity. German suplex from Darby Allin. These four men are giving it their all, but with what's at stake here, can you blame them? Cross now picking up Darby Allin, but Darby Allin slumdog. And now we'll wedge the stare as we see Ciampa throwing De La Cruz across the outside area. And now up with the knee and kick to the back of the skull. Roll reversal from De La Cruz on the outside. As we see here, drop kick to the side of the skull. It's Darby Allin using that barbed wire baseball bat. And now looking for a coffin drop on the champion. And he gets there, going for the cover on Karrion Kross, solidifying a new champion, and he does! We are guaranteed a new television champion tonight! And now the barbed wire baseball bat again in full effect by Darby Allin. Either Ciampa, Allin, or De La Cruz will be walking away with the title. And now again, Darby Allin taking it straight to Ciampa. And now that leaves these two rivals to dish it out as Ciampa trying to get back to his feet now. Reversal from Darby, reversal from De La Cruz, and now the spin kick. Ciampa trying to say he's not out of this match yet. Clothesline to Darby Allin sends him down, but Joseph De La Cruz not giving up yet. Well executed slam to Tommaso Ciampa, and now another light shoe possibly trying to be brought in play here by Darby Allin, but Joseph De La Cruz not letting him. Back to his feet now, but Ciampa will again get involved, throwing Darby Allin into De La Cruz, and now look at these two working together, double Russian leg sweep. But now look at this, Ciampa throwing De La Cruz across the outside area. Drop kick. And now look at this, Darby Allin arm drag. And now De La Cruz is getting in amongst it. And now, power bomb to the outside. Darby Allin was possibly trying to look to go back inside the ring, but look at this. Power bomb position, but Darby Allin breaking away from it. But Joseph De La Cruz nowhere near ready to give up just yet. Reversing, throwing Ciampa into that steel ladder. And now again, the Slumdog from Darby Allin, the stunner, Slumdog stunner. Again, throwing Ciampa into the ladder. And now, again, these three men just trying to wear each other out. Right there. Elbow straight in. Throwing Darby onto the ladder and setting him up on it. Straight there, shot to the midsection. And now we'll try to pay his attention closer to Tommaso Ciampa. Darby off the ladder now. We'll try to capitalize, but Ciampa tells him, no, I'm not going to go on the ladder. De La Cruz. Look at this. Both enemies working together to try to take out the biggest threat and immediately going back to try to take out each other. Ciampa now Set up, but no, Ciampa saying no, not letting it happen. And now De La Cruz just staring down Tommaso Ciampa. Ciampa will meet him on the other side and he will let him have it. Body slam, and will meet Darby on the other side, but Darby trying to keep his distance from Ciampa. Finding a moment to try to capitalize. STO! Darby finally getting back inside the ring, and dose of De La Cruz will follow him. And now, what happens here? Try to go for a spin. Darby Allin countering, try to go for a forearm. De La Cruz stopping him. Both of these two finally getting a little bit of one-on-one moment. Spin right there into the corner. And now, we know this. 450! Cover to knock out Darby! But a kick out at 2. Ciampa now back in amongst it. And now Ciampa, good position. Fairy tale ending! But won't cover him just yet. Trying to take out Darby, but Darby with the reversal. And now Darby will try to capitalize on the pin. And he does! The ultimate disrespect, using Ciampa's momentum to eliminate De La Cruz. You can only imagine how annoyed he's going to be about that. Crossbody. We're down to 2. Darby, the original #1 contender versus Ciampa, the man that Cross brought into this match. Either way, it's going down. Ciampa catches him. And now, white noise. And now try to go for a possible pump kick. Try to go for it once again. Try to go, and he gets the punt kick. Will that be enough to put him away? No, into the ropes he goes. Stopping himself. Picked up from Darby Allin, and now we'll get the snake eyes in the corner. And now Darby trying to find some momentum, but Ciampa stopping him dead in his tracks. You can see the scars on the back of Ciampa. Trying to get some kind of momentum. Darby's not really having a fun day here. And now DDT from the apron. Cover. Could that be it? Could we be crowning a new champion here tonight? And we do! The DDT to the skull of Darby Allin was enough to put him away. The Blackheart is your new television champion. What a match. These 4 gave so much in this match, but it just wasn't enough. The experience of Tommaso Ciampa is what was the proven undoing. De La Cruz using the 450 on Darby, wearing him down, but wasn't enough to put him away this time. And it was right here, the ultimate disrespect, the fairy tale ending by Tommaso Ciampa, but Darby Allin using it to secure the pin, and that came back to bite him. Tommaso Ciampa.
ECW Television Champion Tommaso Ciampa.
Congratulations, Tommaso Ciampa, holding singles gold for the first time in ECW. One member of DIY did it. Can we see if the other one can? Let's find out. Here we go, main event time.
Is a 2 out of 3 falls match and is for the ECW Championship.
And you heard that right, 2 out of 3 falls, a match that these two are very familiar with, very synonymous with. And it seems that Gargano is pulling out all the stops, donning the same gear that he wore in his 2 out of 3 falls match against Adam Cole at NXT New York, the show where he won the NXT Championship. He wears it one more time in the same match against the same opponent to try to do it one more time. It doesn't get any better than that. Gargano nervous as he should be as he takes on the ECW champion, the first proper defense of one Adam Cole, baby. There he is in what he would say his own glory, deciding to keep MJF in the back. Of course, we now know MJF and Adam Cole has rekindled their friendship, now working together once again. But Adam Cole wanting to do this alone, wanting to do it the same way he did it in New York all these years ago. But can he rewrite history? Can he defeat Adam Cole? Fans of the original NXT must be looking at this match with absolute bliss. Let's see if these two can match their match. As we now go to the ring for the calls.
Introducing the challenger from Cleveland, Ohio, weighing in at 199 pounds, Johnny Gargano. And his opponent from Pennsylvania, weighing in at 201 pounds, the ECW champion, Adam Cole.
The title getting hand off. We are getting deja vu and then some here tonight. Both men ready to fight for a world title. There it is. Hold it up loud and proud. 2 out of 3 falls. Johnny Gargano, Adam Cole, main event crown jewel. And we are officially underway. And a super kick immediately from Johnny Gargano. An immediately springboard attempt right then and there. But look at this roll-up pin from Adam Cole trying to get his fall. Of course, standard 2 out of 3 falls matches win. You need to get 2 falls, whether that be from pinfall or submission, to walk away champion. Seems like Cole trying to be in control right now. Is he now looking for a forearm from the springboard? Came up short. Now Gargano looking for his own springboard maneuver. Comes up short as well. And now Johnny Gargano, some stiff strikes to the champion. And now possibly trying to look for some weaponry, but he knew that Adam Cole was going to get out of that corner. Thought of something different like that right there. Adam Cole now capitalizing, throwing over Johnny Gargano, trying to go for a pinfall right there. But a kick out before the count could even start. Kick to the side of the skull, and the fans are booing Adam Cole out of the building. The table right there. Try to go for that drop kick there, but didn't get it. And now saying, get the table, and that's exactly what has happened here. But Gargano still struggling to find his groove against Adam Cole right now. Adam Cole now back body drop, well executed. Now what is the champion thinking? Now looking, steel chair now in play. Straight to the back of Johnny Gargano. Now going for the cover. But a kick out at 1. Nowhere near ready to be put away. Springboard. Moonsault. But a kick out at 1 again. You'd think that Adam Cole will start to get frustrated, and I think you are correct. But Johnny Gargano reversing. And now look at this. Trying to split him straight across the knee. Grabbing the table from earlier. Setting it up. We've seen what will happen if you get put through a table. Especially from earlier. And now Gargano may be in some trouble here, but just as I say that, some strikes of Gargano's own, and now the kick to the side of the skull that he's been infamous with. The fans chanting Johnny Wrestling. Moonsault again, not connecting for Gargano. And now reversal from Gargano there. Still no pins, no submissions from either man. But now getting put onto that table. But Adam Cole, too smart to let that happen, was able to break away from the possible table. And now, there we go, spine being subjected to some strikes from Adam Cole. And now the chair being brought back in, straight across the back once more, being wedged into that corner. And now top rope goes Adam Cole. Calling for Gargano to get onto his feet. What is he thinking? He's going for that clothesline, and he connects, but a kip up from Gargano. Reversal from Cole now. And Cole possibly looking for it. Last shot! Last shot to the back of the skull of Gargano, going for the cover. And he gets the first fall. All Cole needs is one more pin or submission to clean sweep Johnny Gargano to retain the title. But Gargano seems like he's not going out without a fight. Both men just countering their offense over and over again. Knee, elbow straight to the face of Adam Cole, but Cole's not letting up whatsoever, trying to secure himself at the top of the mountain. Secure himself at the top of the division. Into the ropes now. Throw over, well executed by Gargano. And now going in for a cover. But a kick out before the count could even start. And now again trying to use the table, but again Cole not letting it happen. Now look at this, power bomb right there. Too fast to be put to the table. Springboard moonsault finally connecting for Gargano. Now stalking Adam Cole, trying to figure out what to do next. And now look at this Russian leg sweep. And into a stretcher submission. But look at Adam Cole there trying to weave his way out, and that is exactly what he does with those stiff lefts to the skull of Johnny Gargano. We saw Gargano try to go for a super kick, but it was not there. Drop down and a snap suplex. Gargano back to his feet, but at what cost? Cole seems to be taking complete control of this match. Gargano doesn't have the same drive as he did back in New York. DDT from Adam Cole, and look at Adam Cole. The fire has been ignited. And now, face first into those flames goes Johnny Gargano. And now we'll gain some more weaponry. Barbed wire, baseball bat. We saw how that was useful in the last match, and we are seeing it in full effect right here. Thrown straight to the face of Gargano. We've seen it just be burnt, and now we're seeing it be wrapped in barbed wire. Gargano's not letting up there. Crucifix pin right here. Right next to the flaming table. And now, Adam Cole getting a moment to breathe. And again, just trying to get him face first. Now Adam Cole goes into the fire. A little bit of taste of his own medicine. Reversal from Cole now. And now these two, shot for shot, right next to the flaming table that could very much be their undoing. Shot for shot, reversal to reversal. Either man not giving up. A chance for Gargano to hold a world title. And Adam Cole trying to secure his spot in a Pele kick. Right there from Adam Cole. Hoisting Gargano back up. Hoisting them to the table. Wait, Adam Cole, no. Cole, no. Power bomb through the flaming table! Cover! And then how the hell did he kick out? Gargano knows when to kick out of a move, and goddamn, he picked his moment. Holy shit! Both men trying to set up for moves now. I'm at a loss for word. How is Gargano still moving? But now look at this. DDT with the leg assist. Is that enough to clean sweep? And it is. Better for Gargano to stay down after that maneuver. Adam Cole just clean sweeped Johnny Gargano and is still your ECW World Champion. But I'm sorry, to the match in New York. The match in New York was great and all, but it didn't have a competitor going through a flaming fucking table. Adam Cole reigns supreme with his iron fist, a very happy MJF, and a title continuing to be around his waist. What a match. This was something. This match was something. This show was something.
ECW
Congratulations to Adam Cole. And with that, that will be our show. Thank you so much for tuning in to ECW Crown Jewel, England. I have been Scott Silver, and I will see you when I see you. Take care.